adventurers. So running, it's always just a wonderful, light, joyous thing that we do, right? Right. Wrong. Well, it's great when running is fun and easy, but for those of us that are training for races, training is not always fun and easy. In fact, a lot of the time it can be painful, and it can be difficult to know when you should run through the pain and when you should take it easy and rest. I think that a lot of ultra runners will just push, and they'll push past their breaking points. And that's part of the appeal of the sport, is finding your breaking point and pushing past it. And we say that a lot in terms of our mental state. We mean when you're digging deep and it feels like there's nothing left inside of you, but you still have 30 miles left of a race to run. Or even in life, when you are just exhausted and tired and people are demanding things from you and you're done, but you keep going, right? Running these races gives us the strength to do that. But there are times when your body has pain, and it's not always the best option to run through that pain. So it's important to be able to take a step back when you need it and to just rest. So how do you tell the difference between pain that you can run through and pain that you can't? So the first thing I'm gonna say, and I hope that this goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyways, this is not medical advice. So if you have an injury, don't use this as the sole mode of deciding whether or not you should keep running. Okay, this is just a general idea for you to have. And if it's bad, you should see a doctor about it. So that's the first thing. If you have pain while running, that's beyond muscle soreness, go see somebody, because they'll be able to tell you what's up. Now, when you are running, a lot of us before a race will feel soreness or feel pain. I think part of it for me is a little bit of a mental thing where I'm psyching myself out before a run and I'm like, oh my God, everything hurts. And then it ends up being fine. That's the kind of pain that would be like on a 1 to 3 scale. So imagine you had a 1 to 10 scale for your pain. Pain that's 1 to 3 would be very mild, and it's like sore or tight, or you might feel something before you start your run, but after you start moving, it goes away. So that would just be a 1 to 3. That's the kind of pain you can easily run through. Now what about pain that's a little bit higher than that, like 4 to 6? So that might be pain that persists while you're running, but doesn't cause you to alter your stride and doesn't cause you to limp. And after you're done running, it doesn't persist. Now that kind of pain you can probably push through, but when you're done, make sure that you rice, so rest, ice, compress, and elevate, although they might have changed the C and the E, but take it easy. If you're having pain that's on a 4 to 6 scale, make sure that you are giving your body the time to rebuild whatever it needs to rebuild. So that kind of pain right in the middle, you should be cautious about, but you can probably still run through it a little bit. Once you get to the 7, pain that's on a 7 on your scale, you should probably not be running through that, and you should probably see somebody. So you need to know for yourself how bad it is. And if it's anything below a 6, you can be kind of cautious about it. And if it's at a 7 or above, if you are limping when you're not running, if you need to limp while you are running, if you're changing the way you run, that can be really dangerous because you'll end up overworking something else. And so even if you're resting your right knee that's been giving you trouble running a different way, your left hip might start bothering you, and you're going to set yourself up for injuries. So make sure you're taking it easy then, you're giving yourself plenty of time to rest and recover, and you're seeing somebody about the pain. Sports massage therapists are great. They're very knowledgeable, and they can help work out a lot of the issues in your body that's not to a complete injury, and even if it is a complete injury, they can give you some good direction. But other than that, just know your body. That is a very important part of ultra running. Know your body, know your pain scale, and take it easy when you need to. There's no shame in rest, okay? Have you guys ever had to deal with an injury? Let me know in the comments. I'll be back next week. Don't forget to hit subscribe.